Good morning. You know, I always say it's good to have you join us on a beautiful day here in the Tennessee Valley. It would be easy to say on this rainy day that it's not so pretty, but I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So I'm going to say it's a beautiful one nonetheless. And I'm sure so many of you are gearing up for Thanksgiving, either preparing your pie to take down to family or getting your turkey ready for family to come to you. And it's no secret that often there are people among us, perhaps really close to us, who aren't so blessed as we are during the Thanksgiving season. We are blessed this morning because Pastor Doug Plumley is back on the show from Ridgedale Baptist Church, and once again y'all are gearing up for your Thanksgiving meal boxes. So good to see you.
Good to see you too, Julie. Yeah, we are. We have found out that last couple of years, people a lot of times don't have a Thanksgiving meal. Mm-hmm. We've done it for 3 years now, and when they come through, it's interesting to see because some people say, we wouldn't have had Thanksgiving meal had you not provided it for us. So in 2020, when our church was in the middle of COVID, we decided, we used to always have a big Thanksgiving meal, and we said, we're not going to do that this year. We're going to, instead of feeding ourselves, we're going to feed our community. And the people loved it. And so it's going to be a tradition that stays with Ridgedale.
I'm trying to remember how this works because it's on November 20th.
Right, Sunday afternoon.
And what I'm remembering is that it is truly the Thanksgiving meal that you pull up and it's given to you essentially in a box.
It is. It's given to you in a box. We actually give a voucher for either a ham or a turkey. They can, because some people want one or the other, but all the other ingredients are in a box. You pull up, it's got the recipe cards on it, and you don't even have to get out of your car. We serve you, we bring it to your car, and there's some other things that'll go along with it. We'll have a few other items that will be given with it, but it's a full Thanksgiving meal for your family.
I know that first year, it was really, it was a national crisis, the COVID year.
Right.
And we were all so grateful to find some way to get up out of bed every morning and face the challenges that came. But as the years have now gone by, I think it's really a testament to the power of this event that your church wants to continue to do it.
It is. Our people as soon as we did it that night, they said, we need to do this again. This is something that they really enjoyed and gravitated towards because it gave us a chance to love our community and say that we're here to care for our community and try to help out, because holidays are great in many ways, but if you don't have food, it's tough.
Right. Well, and I think too, people by nature are pretty good at putting a mask on.
Right.
So even at a church service at Ridgedale on a given Sunday, there could be somebody in that congregation that's struggling and you would never know it because their mask is on.
Exactly.
That day.
People put that mask on, and so that's what we look at. We don't have any restriction. You show up that day, just drive through and we will provide you a Thanksgiving meal. But we also do something else. We go to every car that drives through there and we have a prayer with them at their car. We give them a chance, if they have a prayer request, and say, we've got this going on in our family, would you pray for it? They fill it out. And we hold on to that because we want them to know we're providing a meal, but if maybe they just need somebody to care for them, just to listen to the struggles they're going through, and somebody just to say, we want to pray with you.
Don't you wonder, because you'll never know the power of that moment. Once they leave your parking lot, you can't know how that prayer follows them home. But it does. It
does. And then too, if they want to, they can give us their information. We'll follow back up and say, hey, we're praying for you. How's it going? There's a little card they can do that. But you don't know the difference. A smile, a prayer, a kind deed may turn somebody's life completely, Julie.
It turns yours, that's for sure, when you're the one who gives it.
It does. Completely changes you, but hopefully it does them also.
Let's talk about something you're doing the month of December, because you mentioned that the holidays can be difficult if you're, food's a struggle and money's a struggle. It is really one of the most sad times of the year for millions of people. A lot of grief that comes in the holidays, and y'all are addressing that.
It is, because for that first Christmas that many people have to face without a loved one, they've died this last year and they're going into that, and it's a very difficult time. And so for the last couple of years, we've done a thing called Dealing with Grief at Christmas. How do you make it through the Christmas season if that loved one is not there with you? And so on Sunday, December the 11th, at 3 p.m. at Ridgedale Baptist Church, we're going to have a seminar. I will be leading part of it, and then Dr. Kara Cochran, the Dean of Students at Richmond University, the School of Counseling, will be there with us also, trying to say, we care, and give some practical ideas about things they can do this Christmas that will help them process the grief they're dealing with.
Even if you are the person who's lost a loved one, even coming to that might be difficult. But if you are the family member of somebody or a friend of somebody, you might learn some things to then help that person through.
I agree, and it's maybe hard for them to come, and I know a couple of years we did it, one of my previous churches, and one of the physicians in town, he brought his patients, but he said, I will meet you there. And he came with those who had lost loved ones that year, and they came because their physician said, I will meet you there. He's a member of my church at that time. And so, you know, if you know somebody who might come, say, hey, I'll come with you.
Right.
And invite them to come. And then maybe if they won't come, like you said, maybe you can come and learn some things that might help a family member.
When it comes to the Thanksgiving meal on November 20th,
yes,
are y'all still needing either volunteers or some people to help donate items, or are you pretty well covered?
Well, one of the things we do, we allow, it's a $30, each box costs us $30.
Okay.
So if somebody wanted to participate in it, make a check out to Ridgedale Baptist Church. We buy all the food items in bulk.
Okay.
But our church family buys boxes for people. So if you wanted to do that, you can make a donation. You can go online and do it at ridgedelebaptist.org or website. You can send a check in there, either one. So we found out the best way is just through the financial part, so we can make sure all the boxes are the same. That way we're able to produce all the boxes exactly the same.
I think I remember it's a no questions asked thing.
Exactly.
It's just honor system that you're trusting that if you're showing up, it's because you really need that prayer and that help that morning.
It's exactly right. And we don't question you anything. We just want to love you and say, we're thinking about you during the Thanksgiving season and want to express love to them.
Well, if you don't know where Ridgedale Baptist Church is, it's right there on Hickory Valley Road in East Brainerd. You can learn more at ridgedelebaptist.org. November 20th at 3 o'clock.
Correct.
Is the time for the Thanksgiving meal boxes. And then December
11th at 3 p.m. is the time for the Dealing with Grief at Christmas.
And it's a large church, it's a big congregation, but each part of what they do kind of feels like you're nestled in that particular moment. So if you're looking for some groups to be a part of or a church service, ridgedelebaptist.org.
We'd love to have them. Thank you so much,
Thank
Julie.
You, Dad.
My name is Jacqueline, and I was on Dr. DeRusa's program for 9 months, and I lost 70 pounds. Celebrating my 60th birthday is a big milestone, but I feel better now than I did when I was 30 because I had lived most of my life covered up, and I wanted to show it off. That's probably something that's really small, but to me and to people like me,